Good morning to Miss Liz's Tea Time. Today I am joined with Susie Vybiral. I think I said it right. So today I have Susie in the studio with me on Tea Time, and she will be speaking about her nonprofit organization of Room Redux. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Susie in, and she can organization.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. It's pretty cold here. I don't know what it's like in Canada up there, but I was going to sit outside and it got too chilly. I had to come inside. Yeah. So I am with Room Redux, and we are, like you said, a nonprofit organization. We transform the rooms of children who have faced sexual and physical abuse, really any type of trauma. We do it anonymously, and we do it in one day.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. I've seen some of the bedrooms that you have done, and oh my goodness, true transformation.
They really are. Everyone loves befores and afters transformations, whether it's hair or makeup or houses, rooms. And so that's where the fun part is. It's interesting to be able to transform these children's rooms, their environment, and also their lives. They've had a lot of bad stuff happen to them, unfathomable things. And so for us to be able to go in and change their room, we get to do the happy part of the healing.
So when did you create Room Redux, and what's the reason behind it?
Well, we started in technically last year.
Okay.
We transformed a couple of rooms in 2017, but we didn't have a name. It was we just wanted to help children. And so then in 2018, we transformed 3 rooms. And then 2019 is when the ball started rolling. I mean, snowball, just gathering momentum. And we formed a board and got our 501c3 and then took off from there. We saw a need. These children, we get referrals from counselors, psychologists, CPS caseworkers, kinship workers, communities and schools, but they're getting the counseling, that healing part of the puzzle, but then they're going back to a room where maybe sexual abuse occurred on the bed, or maybe there are triggers in that room, or like I say, maybe it didn't even happen there. Maybe it happened somewhere else, but they deserve to know that they're loved, they're cared about by people they don't even know and who expect nothing from them.
So with Room Redux, do you need funding, or is there grants, sponsorship?
Oh yeah, it takes anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 per room, and that's because we go in, and when we say transform, we mean transform. We pull up carpet, put down new flooring, we paint, all new decor, always new bed. So it's a lot, and especially if if there's more than one child in the room, that's 3 of everything, and that happens very often. Yeah. So we rely on recurring donors. We rely on one-off donations, grants. We're working on getting big grants so that we can transform more rooms everywhere.
So how many rooms have you done so far?
We have transformed 20 rooms so far.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's 30 children, 30 families, 4 adults, who have lived in the house and shared a bedroom with a child. So they got new stuff too. We actually we have 2 transformations coming up on Leap Day next weekend, and really looking forward to that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Transformation Week is my favorite week. It's so much fun.
So do you have any volunteers that help you with this, or do you have like a team?
Yeah, we have a core team of people who, always help, always want to be there. And then we have volunteers who come when they can. I tell people you can come in a shift. You can come from 12 to 2 if that's when you can be there, or you can stay there all day. The fun part is to be there all day, because then you truly see the before and then the amazing after. But yeah, it usually takes around 10 to 12 people per room.
Okay.
That way, because we get in when the child leaves for school, and then we leave before the child gets home.
Oh, that is cool.
It's
fast. Yeah.
Yes. We break for lunch, and if you're there at lunchtime, you get lunch. But it's a fast turnaround.
Well, I guess that's the only time the child is away from home, right? Is during the
Right.
school hours. So
Right. And if it turns out that they're going to be, or that we're going to take a little longer, maybe, there's a lot of flooring to do, or if there's more than one room, then we'll get donations from restaurants, gift cards,
okay.
things like that. And then we'll send them to dinner. I just tell the caregiver, don't come home.
We're not done.
We're not done. We have constant communication. I have to let them know, not yet, which they're usually happy to do that. They get to go have a special dinner, or
Oh, that's
hang out.
cool. So right now, do you only have the one location of Room Redux?
No, actually, so New Braunfels, San Antonio area.
Okay.
This is world headquarters, and I say world headquarters because we have been contacted by people in Kenya, Cameroon. Of course, I talked to Galit in Switzerland.
Oh, wow.
So I know that it'll be worldwide very soon. But we have chapters starting in Fremont, California, Sacramento, California, Denver, Colorado, Minnesota, New York, Virginia, with Petra. I think you know Petra Sahanova.
Petra.
Maybe, do you? No?
I'm not sure. The name sounds familiar, but
okay. She's a friend of Galit's. So
okay. Maybe then I do know her.
So she's up in Virginia, and then we have Georgia and Austin. So,
oh, wow.
And then we're in the talks of North Carolina, Wyoming, and Houston.
That is awesome.
It is awesome.
In 1 year, that is amazing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The growth has been phenomenal. It's amazing. And I think the reason for that is because there's no nonprofit that does just this.
Yeah.
And it's new, it's different, and it's tangible. It's very tangible. People can actually see, like I said,
see the difference. Yeah,
see the product. And then, the feedback that I get from parents and caregivers, and I say caregivers because sometimes the child lives with a grandparent or is placed with an aunt, the feedback that I get is absolutely amazing. That, I've had a parent say that their 15-year-old daughter had not slept in her room for 5 years, and now she's sleeping in her room. Yeah. Or he cleans his room now. He makes his bed. He has friends over. They stand taller, and they have more confidence, and they feel more self-worth because people cared enough to come do this for me.
Yeah.
The world's maybe not such a scary place.
Well, and it shows the world, right, what can be done in 1 day.
Right. Oh, exactly.
In 1 day, you're transforming a room that's making a difference. And that's the amazing mug and emblem, the logo, right, for Room Redux.
That is the logo for Room Redux. Yes, my friend Noor, she does our business cards and brochures. She donates them, which is awesome. And she made this for me.
Oh, cool. So what I'll get you to do, Susie, is maybe put the website and information if anybody would like to know more about the organization. If any grants or any sponsorships or anything like that, they could find that all through the website, I believe, right?
Definitely. We have a Facebook page, Instagram, so follow us, share. That's how we spread the word, is sharing. So I always ask friends, share our posts, tell people, spread the word. And we have a hashtag. We say, we are Room Redux. We say that because if you donate your time, money, furniture, you think about Room Redux, you spread the word, you do something like what you're doing today with me, then you are Room Redux.
Okay.
We say, we are Room Redux. You wouldn't say, my friend Susie in Texas does this, they do that. You would say,
we are. Okay.
Yes.
I like it because it's like a team thing, right? It's
exactly.
It's the connection.
Right.
So like with each room, do you get like a little bit of info on the children's favorite colors?
Yes, good question. Yep. So when I get a referral from a counselor or caseworker, they give me permission to talk to the parent or the caregiver, and vice versa. The parent will give the counselor permission to talk to me because it's confidential. So we have to be very cognizant of the fact that everything is confidential. So I get in touch with the parent, and then we set up a day where I can go to the room, go to the house when the child is not there, usually
Okay.
at school, and we go and we assess the room, measure the room, and I have a questionnaire where I ask what are her favorite colors, what colors does she hate, what sports does he like, what hobbies, what animals, is there a particular religious preference? And then I also talk to the counselor to find out what therapeutic tools are being used in therapy. The
Oh,
child, yeah, it's very, when we say it is specifically tailored to each child, I mean down to the little tiniest detail.
okay.
We want to make sure that whatever they're using in counseling is incorporated into the room. So if a child has anger issues, I'm not going to put one squishy in there. I'm going to put a plethora of squishies, a whole basket, or put them
All
in there.
over, like,
Right.
yeah.
Or if during their therapy they're calmed by the beach or thinking about water, we'll put a little fountain, put water
Oh,
feature.
okay.
Yeah, very specific. I have a friend who makes, it's called Susie dough. I actually have some right here. Susie dough. It's like Play-Doh.
Oh,
It's like Play-Doh, but it's with essential oils, and they're different scents. And oh, it's so fun. So you just literally, it's like, but it smells good, and so it's therapeutic, and it helps with depression, anxiety, self-confidence, things like that.
wow.
Little like that. Make it amazing. And also, if I find out, now I'm going to play with it. If I find out that maybe that child wants a TV or has always wanted an Xbox, things like that, we'll get those, and we'll put those in the room too.
Oh, that's cool.
It's
It's nice
fun.
to hear that, like you said, like a child hadn't slept in her room for 5 years and now,
Right.
because we need that proper sleep, you know. It's like I said to you when we talked a little bit yesterday, I wish that I would have known about projects like this growing up as a child, because it does make a difference. Like for me, I have a hard time sleeping in a bedroom, and I'm a grown woman. So, sleeping habits, like by having a safe environment and a room that you want to go to, you actually can sleep, right? Because you're not on guard and that. So it's really nice that we need more organizations like this out there and awareness, because it's like you said, it's different, and that's what we need. We need different.
Exactly.
So,
Something new, something different. And our environment is so important. Like you were telling me, you've got your setup there with your teacups, and it's lovely and it brings you joy. And I'm sitting in my office, and yes, I have twinkle lights in my window. Why? Because I like them.
because I like them. You're like me, because I like them.
Yeah, because I like them. So
Yeah,
it's very important. It can bring the best out in us, make us feel positive, make us feel like we can take on the world, or it can bring us down and make us feel like nothing.
exactly. So because we're on tea time, do you have a tea story, a memory of tea? Or when was your first cup of tea?
I have a lot of memories of tea. Well, first of all, I will say I almost poured myself a big glass of iced tea because I'm in Texas and we drink iced tea. But it's cold out, and so I wanted hot tea in my pretty, pretty, pretty teapot.
That is
I love
gorgeous.
Yes, but I'll tell you first. My oldest memory of tea was tea parties,
Wow.
and my mother's mother, she and I used to have tea parties all the time, and I'm talking the little tiny tea set.
The little tea set. So like in my window. I'm not sure.
Are they little teeny tiny?
Yeah. The little teeny guys.
Yes. That's what we used to drink out, little tiny ones, and it was the best tea because she would put lots of sugar. It was just really good. And I had a little table. I was 5 years old, and my mom would sit, and she was little anyway, but her knees would bump the table, and it was just cute. We would always cheers, and good memories. I think I still have that tea set somewhere. I should find it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it'd be hard to drink out of it, but.
And what is your favorite tea now as an adult?
My favorite tea. Well, today I'm drinking spicy and sweet,
Oh,
kind of like me. But I love like vanilla spice. That's one of my favorites. I don't like chai. I know it's very popular, but I don't like chai. I don't
yeah,
know
I
why.
have to be in the mood to drink chai. Chai
Yeah,
is, it's got its own special kind of, it's got to have a mood with it, right? So,
yeah, it does. It's different.
yeah.
But my most recent fun adventure with tea was last week. I have a friend. Her name is Courtney with a K. That's what she goes by on Facebook, and she has this organization, Confluence Art Healing, and she likes to do forest bathing.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of that?
yes,
Oh, you have. Good. Okay.
I have. I do a lot of forest bathing.
Nice. Okay, you need to follow Courtney. She had come to my house. We have some land here, and we forest bathed one day, and it was beautiful and lovely. And I love to be outside, love to be in
Yeah.
the sunshine and in the trees. I'm a tree hugger. So last week she had this tea time. It was called Tea in the Trees.
Oh,
It was beautiful. We went to a park in New Braunfels, this beautiful Torrey Park where everything is so green and beautiful. And there were about a dozen of us. We sat on blankets and the sun was shining. It was a beautiful day. It was cold, but it felt good. And we had tea, and she does this really cool ritual where she honors, the trees and
Yep.
nature, where we are, and she pours out a cup onto the earth, and then we all drink. It was really sweet. It was
oh,
nice.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have to check her out because anybody who has like a different, I'm all about different, right? Because I'm Miss Liz making a difference. And that statement there is exactly why I reached out to you, and that because you're different and Courtney sounds different. And that's what I want. I want different. And I want awareness that there's different things out there that people are not aware of, like tea in a tree. Like I've never heard of that. Like now I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to go hug a tree. Tea.
You need to have a tea in the trees.
Yeah. So, and that's what I mean by having these streams. I want to bring awareness to different things that are out there, and not always, the heavy stuff. I want the light stuff.
Right.
Because tea, there's different strains, right? We have our light tea, we have our dark tea, we have, and that's what I want tea time to be. I want it to be different, and I want it to be different blends out there.
I like that.
Yeah. And for me, I find that tea, for growing up, when I had my first tea, like with my great grandmother from Germany, and she poured me a cup of tea in a little cup as well. And I went and I drank it really fast. And she's like, no, 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 no. We don't do that. And I said, oh, what did I do wrong? I didn't know. It was like, it was tea. We drink it. And she's like, no, no, you savor the moment and you take a sip and reflect.
Oh.
So at the age of 4, she showed me how to reflect on life. And I think that's what has gotten me through all of my hard things in life, is because I reflect a lot. I try not to hold on to what has happened to me, and I try to be the opposite.
That's good.
So
she taught you a good lesson.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Take your time and savor the moment, right? Because we're so, like with tea, we need to savor those flavors,
Right.
It's like with coffee as well. Like people who drink coffee, I have 1 cup of coffee every day, and that coffee will last me like 3 hours. Like I'll have to keep heating it up, but I want to enjoy the flavors of that brew, right? So, and that's how we have to be in life. We have to enjoy the flavors of life. Not be in such a rush all the time, take the time and just.
Exactly.
So.
And I think people don't. They eat so fast, they drink so fast, all in a hurry.
Did you even enjoy that sandwich? Like, do you know what was on that sandwich?
I'm always the last one at the table. I'm always the last one eating because I eat really slowly. My dad eats even slower than I do. I learned it from him. But yeah. Take your time.
Yeah, we just need to slow down, right?
I agree.
Like life is so busy, especially like technology. I think that's why we get really frustrated easy, because it's so fast, right?
Right.
Like we're not understanding that it moves. It's a machine. It moves faster than we move.
Everything now, right now, now.
So
right now. I have a kitten here.
So is there any special kind of treats that you like to eat when you drink your tea? Like, is there pies, tarts, cookies?
Yeah, actually, yesterday when we tried the first time, I was at Two Tarts Bakery, one of my favorite bakeries, local bakeries in New Braunfels, and I love their vegan cupcakes first of all, but I also love their thumbprint cookies.
Oh,
They're, I guess they have jam in them in the center
yeah.
of them, and they are so good. And so with hot tea and one of those cookies, it's just, it's
Oh, tea
heavenly.
and jam go good together.
Yes. Oh, and that's one of my favorite teas too. When I go to Two Tarts, my favorite, it's called Violet Femme.
Oh, wow.
Violet Femme.
I'm
And
gonna
so
have to check that out.
it is so good. And I used to just get a cup, and now when I go, I get I get a whole pot.
You get a whole pot.
I'm energized. I can do anything all day long.
So coming back to room reduke, right?
Redux.
Redux. Okay.
Yes. Like ducks.
Like ducks. Oh, reduct. Okay. I
Yeah.
got it. So would room deduct, reduct, right?
Redux.
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 Is there anything that you actually need at this moment from the public?
Thanks for asking. Yeah, like I said, we always need donations, recurring donations. It takes a lot to fully transform a child's room. We want to have a warehouse because
Oh,
yes, currently I take donations, furniture donations, because I love to recycle, upcycle. So when somebody donates a nightstand, for instance, or a bed frame, which we always need, I can sand it, I can paint it, get volunteers over, and make it, again, very specifically tailored to the child. So when we get a lot of donations, we need more space because currently we have my house and a little sunroom, a little tiny studio out on the property, and our vice president of the board donates a storage unit, and it's all full. Everything is full.
oh wow.
Yes. So ideally, we would have a warehouse here, maybe a 2,000 square foot warehouse, and put everything there, and then all of the volunteers can come and actually work on the furniture and get things ready for transformation day that way. So yeah, that's the big wish right now is a warehouse.
Well, that's good that you also recycle furniture and that as well, right?
Oh
Because
yeah,
there are some pretty things out there. Like I'm big on that as well.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
treasure hunting, right? And then you bring it
Yes,
back to life. It's like amazing.
exactly. People think that you have to go out and spend $1,000 on a bed frame, but you really don't. You don't have
No,
to. You can make something old beautiful, and people their children outgrow furniture, or they change their mind, and it's usually beautiful in the first place. I don't always have to do a whole lot to it
yeah.
unless I'm changing the color or touching up.
Do you use a lot of that chalk paint on the furniture?
I have used chalk paint on one dresser.
Okay.
It was gray and it was beautiful. Yes, it's easy.
Oh,
You don't
really?
Yeah, you don't
I've
have to do
always wondered about that chalk paint.
yeah, you don't have to do all the sanding. You can just paint it. And
Just
it's real
paint it.
Yeah, and it's really pretty. Yeah, but definitely check out our website, befores and afters. We have
Okay.
amazing, amazing pictures on there because everything is so specific to the child. Last month we did a room called Race Car and a
Okay.
room called Starlight. They were, two rooms in one house, a boy and a girl, and the rooms are drastically different because they are so specific to the children. Beautiful. They turned out beautifully. So
Oh,
definitely
wow.
check those out. Yeah,
That
it's
is
fun.
cool.
Super
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
So what is the youngest age you've done?
Ooh, I would say brand spanking newborn.
Wow.
Brand spanking, yes. And that is, well, it was 3 bedrooms in one house last year. And it was, let's see, mom, grandma, 5 children, but the mom was pregnant. And she had her baby 2 days after the transformations.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so that was fun though because I got to do a crib and I made a mobile that went above her crib, and oh, it was so beautiful. And actually next weekend the ages, it's a 12-year-old girl and an 8-month-old baby boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
We'll do any age. Baby up to 17, as long as they're a child.
So that's the oldest that you'll do is 17?
Yeah. One reason we're called Room Redux is more general. A general name is not specific, to children, is because if, for instance, a single mom, maybe she was physically abused and the child witnessed, or the child was in the home, and we want to help the child. If we have the funding, I think why not give her something new too, and
exactly
bring some beauty into her space, because I'm sure she feels just as badly as that child. So we like to help in that way too. And of course, if they share a room, we're gonna make sure we have things for the caregiver and the child.
Do you find that a lot, that there's a lot of shared rooms?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next week we've got that situation. The little girls in one room, and then the parents have their baby nephew in a room. Last year we had, because a lot of times the rooms are smaller, they have several children, or the house is not that big, or it's an apartment, and so a lot of times they share rooms.
Oh, that's awesome.
We make it work.
Oh, that's cool. So what I'll do is I'll get you to put all the information into the comments here. So if anybody has any questions or anything, then they can reach out to you. If there's any contact or any other things that you are a part of. I believe you're a part of Galet's The Future of the Children, right, as well?
Children of the Future of us all. We're both ambassadors.
Yes,
right?
we are. We're both ambassadors. Is there a reason why you wanted to become an ambassador, or that Galet reached out to you to be an ambassador?
It's funny. I was watching your TeaTime with her the other day, and you were talking about how you've known each other for a couple of years, and you couldn't really remember how you met. I don't really remember how Galet and I met. It's cool to have a friend in Switzerland, and I love her I Heart Me slogan, but I don't remember how we met. And we just hit it off, and then she asked me to be an ambassador. It's a great fit. Children of the Future of us all, and Room Redux, and the international project, it just all goes together. And one of my favorite things in the world is collaboration. I love to collaborate with other nonprofits, organizations, businesses, individuals. I feel like if we all come together as a community, and by community, I mean world. You're in
exactly.
Canada, I'm in Texas. We are,
Yeah.
But we're still community.
Mm-hmm.
If we're helping each other to help children, we can't go wrong.
Well, when we're all big on awareness, right?
Right.
And we all have our own personal reasons why we want this awareness out there.
Right.
Because we feel it's needed, and I'm strong. It is needed. As a survivor, it is needed. We need more organizations like yours and like Galet's. We need that self-love. We need that, that comfortable room, and Galet is actually in the studio. She got some happy faces. So, yeah. So, so what I'd like to do in the future is have all of the ambassadors for the Children of the Future on here, because we can have up to 6 people in this studio at a time. So I'd like for us all to share why we're part of that as well. Is there anything else, Susie, that you are a part of?
I am a member of Texas Women for Children.
Okay.
And that is through the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, they call it NCMEC, just to make it easier. They're in Alexandria, Virginia, and I had the opportunity to go there in December and speak.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. It was wonderful. And then I went to a conference in Austin last month and became a member of this organization because it's wonderful. They help find children who've been exploited or sex trafficked or missing. So that's an amazing organization. And that's it. Room Redux takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah. Maybe you can share in the comments as well about all of the different organizations that you're a part of, so we bring awareness to them as well, and it shows that you're a part of these amazing things. So I'm big on awareness. And if you know of anybody that you think that would make an awesome guest on Tea Time, send them my way.
Ooh, I
I'm
will.
open to having anybody in the world, because it's like you said, in the community is the world, right?
Exactly.
And by
Here we are having tea together.
exactly, and you're in a different country. You know, I'm in Canada, you're in Texas, like, and Gal is from Switzerland, and everyone else who's joining us, like they're each from different locations, right? So,
I love that. It's
so
amazing. And I will say one more thing, awareness. We're talking about awareness. I don't know what the stats are in Switzerland. I don't know what the stats are in Canada. I need to find out. I'm assuming they're pretty similar to what they are in America, but 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are sexually abused before the age of 18 here. That's Texas. You know, I think America, it's 1 in 3 girls, 1 in 5 boys is the
yeah,
average.
I believe it's similar in Canada as well.
So people, when I say those stats, people are pretty astounded. They think, wait, what? Here? But it's true, and that's just what's reported.
Yep,
So
exactly. Report it.
right. So for people to become more aware, keep their eyes open. We want those predators, these pedophiles, to know we're watching. We're watching, and we're going to do something about it. You know.
Amazing how people report it.
Right.
You know, like for myself, it was years before I reported it, and then it reoccurred again because it was not, you know,
Right.
the time was done. Forgive and move on. You know, especially with family members, that seems to be the pattern, right? Okay,
Right.
they've done their time, but our family needs to still get together. But they don't look at the child and say, you know what, our family needs to stop getting together
Right.
because this child is getting reoffended, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's sad, and many children don't report. They are scared, or they're threatened by their perpetrator, or they feel like they're going to disrupt the entire family. Everything's going to change, and it's going to be because of me, or I'm
Yeah.
going to hurt that person, the mom, because it's mom's boyfriend, or
Yeah.
whatever the situation is. It's scary for children,
It
even
is.
children,
Even adults, you know, like
adults. Yes.
there's adults that are getting abused, and some of them don't want to come forward because of the the laws and the justice, and you know, it's re-traumatizing, I find, for us, the victims, because we have to retell our story all the time. And then if something we forget a little thing, oh well, then you're not telling the truth, and you know what I mean. So it's the
Right.
re-traumatizing of, you know. So,
Yeah.
but
It's
yeah,
scary. I feel shameful. You know. It's hard. It's hard for children. It's hard for adults.
hmm
It is.
and like your organization is bringing a difference. You know, like I said, like that girl for 5 years, like
Right.
she must be saying, you know what, thank you so much. Like I get to sleep in my bed. I get, you know,
Right.
I get the space for myself. So
Mhm. You know, we don't. Uh, like I said, everything is confidential. We never post pictures of children. We don't even see the children, but caregivers will often send me pictures of their
okay.
first reaction or videos. Now, if I weren't on my phone, I would play a video for you just so that you could hear, but it's always screams, squeals of delight. It, anywhere I go, wherever I speak, I'll play it for people, and they'll think they need to get close to the phone, and I always say, you don't need to get close. Trust me,
You're gonna hear it.
you're gonna hear it. Yes, and it just screams and screams, and it gives me chills, and it makes me cry, and other people too. It's amazing. Their genuine reaction, you know.
Well,
I
that's
love it
cool.
so much. It's my favorite thing.
So is there anything else you would like to share, Susie?
Well, I would just say definitely visit, like I said, visit Facebook, like us, share us, spread the word. Instagram, follow us on Instagram, and reach out if you need to talk, if you have a referral, if you want to donate, if you have a question, reach out to me. My email's on the website, the phone number's on the website. I'm always happy to talk to anybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, I believe as well, right?
LinkedIn, Twitter.
And Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you can share all of those links in the comments. So
Sure will.
different people, different audience, you know, not everybody's on Facebook. So,
Right.
so we'll get you out there, and this will be uploaded to different websites. So
Wonderful.
I'm going to get you up on YouTube and on LinkedIn, and anywhere I can get you up, I'm going to get you up there. So
Thank you, Liz.
and thank you so much for being here today. Like, I appreciate you giving me this time, you know, to get to know you a little bit better. And we're not done. We're going to have another tea time in the future. So we'll bring some more awareness in a different way. And with that, I'm going to wish everybody a good day, and grab your cups of tea and see you at the next tea time. So my next tea time is February 24th, and I have Palu Shea on, and she'll be sharing about mental health, the language of mental health and illness, because I'm big on awareness for mental health as well. So we're opening doors, and it's going to get open one cup at a time. And until then, thank you for joining us for Tea Time with Miss Liz.
Bye.